Good to be back home. This is Khalil Amani's World 100, and I'm your host, Khalil Amani. Welcome. Oh, I had a great time in Las Vegas. I said I had a great time in Las Vegas. Yes, I did. Got me a new little Las Vegas cap. That's kind of dope, huh? That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. Got me a new cap. Oh yeah. Had a great time in Las Vegas. I said I had a mucho great time in Las Vegas. It's a beautiful thing to take a trip with someone you like, someone you love, good friends, wives, husbands, lovers, boyfriends and girlfriends. It's a beautiful thing to take a trip. So thus far I've been to Miami, Tampa, Daytona Beach, Atlanta, and Las Vegas. Since I've been retired, I've been in those 5 places. And we got more. There's more vacations coming. I'm retired. This particular trip to Vegas, financially speaking, was the best ever. I've been to Las Vegas probably, not exaggerating, 30 or 40 times. This trip I just went on, y'all, was the best financial trip ever. Where I didn't lose money, where I came back with money. Oh, let me tell you about it. Let me tell you about it, man. I was winning off the rip and out the gate. Normally, the last night that I'm in Vegas, that's when I usually get all my money back, or at least get some money back. But I was a little afraid because I hit him for $2,000 on the first day night. I said, uh-oh, I'm $2,000 up on day one. Uh-oh. And I still got 2 more days to be in Las Vegas. So I know that could be a problem because the money ain't yours until you get on that plane. Even at the airport, they got casino machines, and you can give all your money back while you're waiting for your plane. Oh, Vegas, there's filthy bloodsuckers. They gonna get you even at the airport. Hey, you wanna gamble for the next 45 minutes to an hour while you're waiting to get on your plane? Come over here. You think you're gonna get out of Vegas with $2,000 of our money? Come over here. I got these wonderful machines for you. Admittedly, we did play. We had like an hour and a half to wait. I lost $100 in the airport. I actually won some in the airport, but then gave it back. But on day one, I was smoking. I started off on penny machines, and I got hot. We stayed at Treasure Island. Treasure Island is one of the better hotels. I think it's kind of in the middle of things. It's, my favorite hotel is actually Harrah's, because Harrah's sits in the middle of the Strip. Treasure Island is a little bit north of the Strip, but it's a good, clean hotel. They got some nice restaurants like Gillies, and some other restaurants. They got some good restaurants. Parking is free because some of these hotels in Las Vegas, they charge you per day. But Treasure Island is free, so if you plan on going and you don't want to pay $30 a day, go to Treasure Island. But that first day, I started out on slots, and I found a new love for a new game that we have here in Denver. I'm gonna go this weekend and play it. It's a spooky kind of ghost thing that when you go into the bonus round, it gives you these diamonds, and if you get enough diamonds, you get more games, and it multiplies. And my God, I hit 2 of those ghost machines twice for $800. And then I went over to we left Treasure Island, and we went off the strip to a place called Palace Station. We went over there for dinner. No, we went over there for breakfast. And we played at Palace Station, and boy, did I get them. Palace Station got a blackjack game where they give you free double downs and free splits. I don't know how they're going to make money doing that, but the catch is, if the blackjack dealer gets a 22, which is a bust in regular blackjack, this particular game, if a dealer draws the 22, it's a push for the whole table. Nobody gets money. That's the trade-off. But I only saw that 22 push maybe twice while I was playing for about an hour and change. But I got plenty of double downs and splits. I got ready to put my money, you know, when you split or double down, whatever money you have on the table, say you have $25 on your bet. When you have a split or a double down, you take 25 of your own money to put it next to the 25 you have, and then you ask for a split or a double down card. I started doing, say, no, push your money back. If you want to split, just go like this. Just go like this on the table. And they have a little gold coin. And they put the gold coin next to your money and they give you a card. If you want to double down, you just use your fist and you go boom, boom on the table twice. Boom, boom. And they take another gold coin and they put it next to yours and they give you your double down. If you're a blackjack player, you know what I mean. You know that normally to split or double down, you have to put your own money up. Facts. Gotta put your own money up. You risk your own money. So you lose, you either make 2 hands good or you lose double your money. But I was killing. I was killing on that. And that same, we saw that game, what did we see that game? We saw that Palace Station. And then we saw that, we saw it, at Harris. At Palace Station in Harris, we saw that game. It's regular blackjack with a few little interesting perks. And I also played that game at Treasure Island, but they didn't have that kind of, they had regular blackjack, but still, I was killing. I would buy in with $100, no, I bought in with $200. I'd get up to like $700 or $800 and say, color me up, cash me out, deuces. $200 to make $800. I tripled my winnings. I'm out. That's something I've learned how to do, not to keep pushing it, because the temptation is you start with 200, you look up at your chips, you count them, you got $700, $800. You think you can win more, you continue to go, and then you start losing, and then you start, they call it chasing the ghost. Next thing you know, you're back down to $200 or $300. You go, God damn, I should have walked away when I had $800. I matured. If I sit down with 200 and I get $600, $700, $800, I'm cool. I'll play into the shoe. The shoe is all the cards that they're dealing. I'll play till they get to the shoe, the end of the shoe. And when they go to try to reshuffle, we reshuffle the deck and start a new fresh game. I'm deuces. I'm out. I'm out. I tell you this because if you want to gamble in Vegas, gamble implies exactly what it does. Gamble. You got to be a smart gambler. You got to know what your limit is. If you're going to be in Vegas for more than one day, like you're going to be there for 2 or 3 days, you have to set your money aside and say, this is how much money I'm willing to gamble and lose per day. You got to have it all worked out up here. Unless you just have a nest egg, a bankroll where you can do whatever you want. But for the average person, they'll go to Vegas and they'll have $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000 that they're willing to gamble, invest, and possibly and most likely lose. Well, me and my wife, we took $2,000 a piece. She had $2,000 and I had $2,000. That's all we were going to try to play in Las Vegas for the 3 days we were here. Which means we could play about we could lose about $650 a day, roughly. Lose $650 over a 3-day period, roughly. We got more money, we got our bank cards and debit cards, but the goal was not to have to go to the ATM. That was the goal. We were prepared if we got beat up, on day 2 and was broke. But the beauty of this trip was, although my wife, she just could not get going. She just could not get going. Every day, she just could not. It'd be that way. On the next trip, it'll be me. I remember one time we went there and I couldn't get shit going. I got beat up on the blackjack tables. I got beat up on the penny machines. I just got beat up. And my wife, although she's not as generous as me, I think it's a woman thing. Just like women don't like to tip as good as men. She would give me 100 here and 100 there when she saw I was getting down to my last bare minimum. Me, on the other hand, here's 300, baby. Here's 200, baby. Here's 200. And so over those 3 days, I probably gave my wife about $1,200. Because I was winning so good. And I don't mind. One time we were playing, it was actually at that same Treasure Island for her birthday about 3 or 4 years ago. I was playing these 2 machines and I hit good. I hit 900 on one. So I had 900 on one and like 1,500 on the other. The $1,500 machine, that's called a hand pay. If you get under anything under, I think $1,200, anything under $1,200, the machine will give you a ticket, and you take your ticket to the cashier, and they'll pay you. $1,200 and up, you will get. It'll say attendant, call attendant, or attendant's coming. It'll say hand pay, and they actually know, they have some system where they know that a machine just hit a big one. And they'll come over to you. They'll ask you for your driver's license, your ID. They'll take your driver's license and go back. They'll fill out a form. And they'll ask you, do you want them to take the taxes out now? Or do you want the lump sum? Well, for $1,500, I don't want you taking the taxes out. $1,500 you win. They're going to take out like $300 or something. No. Give me my money. I'll deal with the IRS later. So they'll go away with your driver's license. They'll come back. They'll pay you all of the money, the $1,500, and they'll have you sign something called a tax form 1099, I believe it is, that they are going to make sure the IRS knows that you won some money. But I can tell you this, I've never paid taxes on $1,200 and $1,300 and $1,500. I just don't do it. Now, if I won like $8,000, $10,000, the IRS would definitely be on my ass about paying it back. But these little $200 and $300 above, or $1,000, they give you a form. But me and my wife, we've never submitted that form to pay our taxes. We ain't thinking about that kind of petty money, and I don't think the IRS really is either. But that's the goal. Yeah, if you make over $1,200, you either have to you either have to sign a form to get all your money, or they will take the taxes out, and your money will be short $300. It's just our government just be all up in our business, having fun. We gamble with our money, and we can lose our money. But when we gamble with our money and we win with our money, we got to pay Uncle Sam. How that shit worked out? Uncle Sam wins no matter what. They don't have to put up no money to gamble with me. I put up my money, and most of the time I'm gonna lose. But on the chance that I win, Uncle Sam is like this: "Give me mine, give me mine." It is what it is. We had a great time. Since I've been retired now for almost 4 months, and I don't think I've eaten. I have probably eaten 2 or 3 breakfasts since I've been retired. I'm just not hungry in the morning. I'll get up, shower, brush my teeth, go in and have a big thing of orange juice. I might have a bowl of cereal. I think it's only been like twice or 3 times that I've made like scrambled eggs and sausage and toast, something like that. But when I went to Vegas, every morning, all 3 mornings we were there, we get up and we go have breakfast, and it would be like, I'm telling you, Denver omelet, pancakes on the side, sausage, toast. Another morning, scrambled eggs with cheddar cheese, sausage, bacon, pancakes on the side, hash browns. I actually had an orange juice, a milk, coffee, and a water. I had water, coffee, definitely coffee, orange juice for when I eat my orange. The orange juice is when I eat the eggs and the hash browns, and then I needed a glass of milk when I ate my pancakes. And believe it or not, I finished the coffee, I finished the orange juice, and I finished the milk. And the milk was a big glass. I could not believe that I was like that thirsty that I could do that. But all three mornings, we ate big breakfasts. I had 2 omelets. On my omelet, I like ham on my omelet, cheese, of course, and I had spinach. And me and my wife, we actually ordered the same kind of omelet. Spinach, ham, and cheese on the omelet. Great omelet. Denver omelet. So we had that big omelet. I mean, I could barely finish it. But it's just amazing that I've been retired for almost 4 months now, and I've only had like 2 or 3 breakfasts here at the house. And I go out of town, and every morning I am hungry. One day I had a salad. I had a chef salad with chicken over it. It was really, really good. But it's a salad, and it was a big salad, and I didn't finish the whole thing. I finished 2/3 of the salad. But that was around 6 or 7. But by around 11 o'clock at night, we were at another restaurant where I had a grilled ham and cheese sandwich. Ooh, it was so good with French fries. That was really weird that I was that hungry, because I could eat a dinner and not eat no more until the next day around noon. I'm just like that. But I had this really wonderful Italian salad at around between 6 and 7. But at 11, I couldn't go to bed. I was like, I need something on my stomach. I was feeling hungry, so we had a grilled ham and cheese sandwich loaded with cheese. It was crazy cheesy, with French fries. But the weird thing, we went to bed that night. We went to bed around close to 2 in the morning. We got up about 6 hours later. We got up on our own, no alarm clock. We got up, and I was hungry again. I said I would. I said I ain't gonna be hungry in the morning. We got up and I had a whole Denver omelet and pancakes. I got on the scale when I got back, and yes, I am. I normally I vacillate at about 185 to 187, but my scale this morning said 190. So that was interesting. But you know what was weird though, and I think I'm gonna start eating more breakfasts because I haven't done my push-ups. I've been slacking. I haven't done a push-up probably in about 7 to 8 days. I'm trying. See, when I had a job, I had a push-up schedule. Every day at about 11:15, I had a schedule where I go in the back of the laboratory and get down and knock them out. But when you retire, you got an abundance of time. Oh, I could do it in the morning. Oh, I'll do it at noon. Oh, I'll do my push-ups in the evening. You get lazy because there's no structure when you're retired. You do what the fuck you want when you want. And so I just been getting lazy. I did I did push-ups about a week ago, but I didn't do them 5 days. I try to do them 3 to 4 days a week if I'm really feeling good. 5 days. But about a week ago, I did them maybe like last Monday and last Tuesday, and I haven't done none. I remember when push-ups was lifestyle. I used to do push-ups and walk around the neighborhood. It was lifestyle. I didn't have to think about it. I knew that in the morning at 11:15, it was time to drop down and knock out 50, 60 push-ups. Monday through Friday, or at least Monday through Thursday. I did that. But with an abundance of time on my hands, it's really hard to get that life. I've lost the lifestyle. But today, I woke up and I actually felt really strong. And I'm thinking maybe all that food I ate, maybe the reason I didn't want to do push-ups, maybe I'm struggling to do push-ups during the day, is because I don't have the proper amount of ingredients, the proper amount of food in my system. I don't have maybe I've been lacking calories because I ain't gonna lie, for the last couple of weeks, I've been feeling lethargic. That's lazy. I've been just feeling like lethargic, lazy. I've been feeling weak, not really motivated to really move around. But I ate all that great food the last 3 days. I woke up today. I felt strong. I jumped down in my driveway and I knocked out after having done no push-ups in 7, 8 days. I knocked out 50 straight push-ups clean. Got up and said, "God damn, Khalil, you could have done 5 or even 10 more if you wanted to push yourself." But I was just happy to know that on today, this Monday, yeah, I got these in the airport. These are so good, Lifesaver gummies. They are so good. I shouldn't be eating that stuff, but so I jumped down today, thinking that I was gonna struggle. Oh, I'm gonna make it to 40, thinking I was gonna struggle, and I did 50 clean push-ups after having not done push-ups in over 7 days, and after eating all that food. I'm starting to think that the reason I've been feeling lethargic and lazy, the reason I've been struggling with doing 50 push-ups is because I haven't been having a proper calorie intake. I'm just saying. A proper calorie intake. My goodness. I'm going to have to get up and start having breakfasts. We got all the food in there. I got bacon and eggs and sausage and pancakes and waffles and grits and everything you need. Toast, butter, jelly, syrup. I have everything in there that I need to have a beautiful, balanced breakfast. But I get up in the morning, oh, I ain't hungry. And I'll just wait till around 1 o'clock, and all of a sudden I get hungry. And I'll drink some orange juice. I'll eat a banana, and then I'll try to go out and try to do 50 push-ups. I do them, but I struggle like a motherfucker to do them. I've been doing push-ups now for 7 years. Well, I started when I was 56, and I'm 65. I started when I was 56. That's 8 years. I've been doing push-ups religiously for 8 years. I can still do 40 straight push-ups on any given day, no matter how I feel. But I noticed, again, having eaten all of those rich, caloric, calorie-filled breakfasts in Vegas. No, I didn't do no push-ups in Vegas. Hell to the no. But this morning, we got back last night. This morning, I said, let me do my push-ups. And I didn't struggle, and I did them straight, and I did them great form, and I got up, and I still felt like I had energy. And I can only accredit it to I had been eating the proper amount of calories to sustain muscle growth and to sustain energy. Now it makes sense when I watch these bodybuilders and I watch their eating regimen, and they eat like every 2 hours. Baked chicken. They start in the morning eating oatmeal and wafer crackers, and they go to baked chicken and rice and at 10 in the morning, and at 12 in the morning they have more baked chicken, and then they go throughout the whole day, these muscle guys. But now it makes sense that to do workouts, your muscles need calories and energy. And I think that's why, since I've been retired, getting up in the morning and not eating anything, maybe have a bowl of Captain Crunch, maybe have a bowl of Sugar Smacks. That's all I do. Not having a real good breakfast. And then by 12 o'clock, I'll go outside to try to do my push-ups, and all I've had is some Sugar Smacks. All I've had is some Captain Crunch. All I've had was a banana and a glass of orange juice. And I go out there, again, I do my 50, but it's a struggle. I'm not motivated to do them. I can feel a little weakness. I get out there and I do them. When I get to push up 41, I'm struggling like a motherfucker for the last 8, 9 push-ups. But this Vegas trip has opened my eyes. And I'm going to start trying to eat a breakfast before I work out. Who knew? I mean, I got down there today. You would have thought I was Arnold Schwarzenegger. The way I did those perfect push-ups after not doing any push-ups in 7 days. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here and send positive vibes and love to all my subscribers, to you all, and keep you up on what's going on. This is Khalil Amani's world. Life is great. Life is grand. Life is wonderful. Retirement is all of that and a bag of chips. I got my brand new $7,000 cash scooter sitting out there. It's not in the weather. I keep it in my garage. I learned my lesson from my first scooter that I would put on the back porch and not put any cover over top of it. And it's got hail damage. The heat and the rain tore up my leather seat. It's all scuzzy. But my old bike, if you remember my old scooter, I gave it to my neighbors across the street. They work on motorcycles and cars. They work on all kind of engines. They were so happy. It runs. It ran. I said, I don't want no money. Here's the 2 keys. And here's the title. I'm giving you the title. When you're ready to go get it registered, let me know. We'll go down to the DMV together, and we'll register that bike from my name to y'all's names. I just wanted to get it off of my property, off of my back porch. But I learned from having a scooter sitting in the weather year round without a cover on it, that is not the business. And so, my car, which is a 2009, it runs fine, Pontiac, it don't get no garage no more. It stays outside in the driveway. It already has hail damage, but I keep the car out there and I put my brand new scooter inside the garage from the rain, from the hail, from the snow, and from the intense heat. That's right. So yeah, just coming on to make a video. Positive vibes. God is good. Had a good flight, good food, good people. Out there with my wife and my sister-in-law. We just had a great time. Great time. We're back. I came back. On my community wall, there's pictures. And I have in my shorts the proof and the evidence that I did quite well. I came back home. If I wouldn't have been giving my wife money, if I wasn't giving my wife money, because I probably gave her about easily $1,200, maybe even $1,500. I didn't count it. But over $1,000 I gave my wife from my winnings because she was getting beat up. She still had money, but when you get down to like your last 400, I give her 200 here, 300 there. She get down to her last 200, I give her 300 there. I give her 400 there. Because I was winning. And that's how it is. If you're a good couple, you have a good, strong couple, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, you go to Vegas as a team. You don't go there and say, oh, I won, and you don't share. I mean, there are people that do that. I have been to Vegas with other couples, and I've seen it. Where the husband's winning $3,000 and the wife is sitting there with a sad face. I've seen a girlfriend go there with a boyfriend and the girlfriend wins $2,000 and the boyfriend sitting there lost all his money with a sad face. Stingy motherfuckers. Inconsiderate motherfuckers. They're not working as a team because you can go and win $2,000 and give your partner, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, you can give them 200 of the 2,000 you won, and she can go over there with that 200 and she might come up. She might win $800, $1,000 with the two you gave her. Now she's back up and now she's smiling and happy. But a lot of y'all, you don't have that camaraderie when it comes to gambling. If you're going to go to Vegas with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a husband and wife, hopefully you'll be like me and my wife. We go to Vegas as a team, and if I'm winning, I'm sharing my winnings with her. And if she's winning, she's going to share her winnings with me. That's if I'm losing. Only when I'm losing. If she's doing okay, I ain't got to give her my money. If I'm doing okay, she ain't got to give me her money. But when we realize we're losing, or you see the sad face, it'd be like, go, how you doing, babe? These motherfucking machines, they kicking my ass. How you doing, hubby? Fucking machines, kicking my ass. Oh, here's some money. I'll tell you a story real quick, and then I'm going to get up out of here. I don't want to be here too long. I remember one time we were playing at the Stardust. The Stardust is no longer. The Stardust used to be our favorite casino. It was the second casino I stayed in. Yeah, it was the second casino I ever stayed in, but it became my favorite casino. The Stardust is one of the original casinos when the Vegas was built, but they tore it down. There's a whole new casino there now. I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, I remember one night I was getting my ass kicked. I was getting my ass towed up. Now, this was the night before we were leaving. We were leaving in the morning. It was a Saturday night. I think we were leaving around 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock on Sunday morning, and I got down to my last $100, meaning the last $100 that I was willing to spend. I wasn't going back to the ATM. I took that last $100 and I went over to the blackjack table, and I got between two old rich white dudes. I was about 40. Oh yeah. Oh, I was about 39 or 40 years old. Yeah, I probably had just turned 40. I was about 40. Yeah. It was the year 2000, right before 9/11. So I was 40 years old. We got it locked down. I wasn't with my wife now. I was with my third wife, my former wife, Janine Schultz. Rest in peace. She passed away. She's the one that taught me about gambling. So she took me to Vegas and no, 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 no. Khalil, you're lying again. Two different stories. The story I want to tell you, I was with my wife. So I'd have been about 43, 44 years old. 2003, 2004. That's accurate. So we go to Vegas, and it's the night before we're leaving, and I'm down to my last $100 bill. So I get between these two white dudes, and I'm playing $10 hands. I'm playing one slot of blackjack, $10 hands. And I'm doing well. Okay. I keep winning, I keep winning, I keep winning. I look up and I got like $400 now. I made $300. And I'm happy winning with, with playing $10 a hand. Both of these white men, they say, you should press your bet. I was new at gambling. I said, what does press my bet mean? They said, when you win, take that money and stack it on top of the money that's already on the table. Okay. So if you have $10 on the table, you win $10, take that $10 and put it on there. And now you have a $20 bet. Now I'm scared because I'm betting $20. I was new. And I continued to win. And I pressed my bet. I kept stacking. Next thing you know, I had like a $100 bet out there. And I kept winning. Meanwhile, these two gentlemen, they were pulling cash. They had stacks of hundreds they were pulling out of their little wallets and playing. But they were losing. They were losing damn near every hand. But I was winning. And then they suggested to me, you should play two hands, because you winning like a motherfucker. I said, two hands? Yeah, you should play two hands. I had gotten up to about $800. Let's say $800. They said you should play two hands and you should play $50 a hand. That's $100 a gamble. But I did it. I fucked around and kept winning and kept winning. I fucked around and looked up. I was like $6,000. Still winning. They said play three hands at $200 a hand. $600. 200 here, 200 here, and 200 here. And I kept winning. I fucked around and looked down, counting my chips. I had like $11,000 from one single solitary $100 bill. And then I started losing at about 11. I gave up about 1,000, and the dealer and the two gentlemen said, take your money and run. Your little window of winning, it just closed. I was new. Oh, it did? I got too many. I was so green. I had all these chips. They said, no, don't take your chips. Give them to the dealer, and he will count them, and he will give you chips with bigger denominations. Instead of having 4 black $100, instead of having 5 black $100 chips or $500, he would give you a single token for $500 that's worth 5 of those black chips. Oh, I get it. He colored me up. He gave me 10 yellow chips and then some other green and black chips. A yellow chip is $1,000 chip. I had 10 of them. I had $10,000 from $100. I had 10 yellow chips. Each of them said $1,000 on them. But the point I'm making is about sharing the wealth if you're with a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, and girlfriend. So I take my little 10 yellow chips I had never seen. I had never seen one. I had never owned one yellow $1,000 chip. And I had 10 of them. And I had a couple of black chips were $100. And some green, which were $25, and some red, which were $5. I think I gave him all the little small change. You got to tip. It's etiquette. You always tip your dealer. I was tipping him. During that whole run to get to $11,000, I was tipping him like $25 each time I win. So he made, I think he probably made about $400 or $500 off of me, off of the tips. Sometimes I tipped him $50. When I won a $500 pot, shit like that. I was very generous, and I was drinking. I had that drink in me, so I was playing loose and laughing and having a good time. Back to the point of the story. It's about 2 in the morning. I go over to find my wife. I'm up, my chest is out. I got over $10,000 on me. I go over to find my wife. I say, "Hey, babe, how you doing?" She goes, "Oh, this fucking machine kicking my ass. I'm about ready to go up to the room. I'm about done for the night. I can't get shit started." I said, "Oh, well, yeah." I reached in my pocket. And I pulled out 3 yellow chips. How much is the yellow chip, boys and girls? $1,000. I reached in my pocket. I pulled out $3,000. And I said, "Here, babe. Here's some money. Here, go. You want to play a little? Here, babe. Take this." And she goes, "Oh, thank you." Here's the weird part. She misread the zeros on the chips. And so she goes, "Oh, thank you, $300. Oh, wow. Thank you for the $300. Thank you, honey, for the $300. And so I says, baby, you want to count those zeros on each one of those chips? She looked down her hand, examined the chips. It took her a moment for it to click that there was a 1 and 3 zeros behind each chip, and she had 3 of them. When she realized that I gave her $3,000 and not $300, you know I was getting some pussy that night. You knows I was getting some pussy that night. And I did. She jumped up in the machine, hugged me. 3,000. So of course, in her mind, she's working. If this motherfucker just gave me 3,000, how much you got? You know, typical woman. I won't even say typical woman. I would have probably thought the same thing. If my wife gave me $3,000, how much you got? Not that I want it, but if you can give me $3,000, you got at least $3,000 in your pocket. That's if you were going half and half, 50-50. But chances are you got more than I got. And I said, yeah. I pulled mine. I got $7,000. She goes, oh. I thought 3,000 from my 10,000. I thought that was a good. I could have gave her 4, but you know. But the reality is, and I know this to be the truth. Shh, she's in the next room. She's right next door. No, I'm just joking. The reality of the matter is, if she had won $10,000, would she have given me 3,000? I don't think so. I probably would have got 300. That's just the way women are. When they win big, they tend to hold on. At least my wife, she'll give me. Don't get me wrong. She gonna give me some money. But if I won $10,000, She probably would have gave me maybe $500. Maybe. She's never won it, so I don't know that to be a fact. I could be wrong. But based on other winnings she's gotten, she's won like $3,000, and if I would have, and I was losing if I would have won $3,000 and my wife was losing, I probably would have given her 500. But she's had time where she's won $3,000 and she threw me $100 out of her 3,000. But I think, honestly, I think that's just the way women are. They're more frugal with their money. They're more tightwad. It's just the way it is. Now, if I said something to her about it, hey, when I had 10,000, I gave you 3,000. How come you gonna give me $100 if you won 3,000? You don't think I deserve at least 300 or 500? I could go there, and she would give it up. She would give it up, but that would be ruining the spirit of the game. And I just hope that if I lose that $100, I can still go back. I need another $100. And, you know, I don't. When you're in Vegas, you don't want to. You want it to be a great time. You don't want no issues, no arguing over haggling over money, who wins the most and who's going to help. So yeah, I gave my wife this trip. She got somewhere between, I'm gonna say, $1,200 and $1,400. That was mine. So I brought home $2,800. But had I not had to fund my wife's gambling career, now granted, my wife got money in the bank. We both got money in the bank, but we told ourselves, let's not ATM it. Let's fight tooth and nail not to have to go to the ATM. And I told my wife, if you start losing, you get down, don't go to the ATM, come find me. Because I'm up like a motherfucker. So, of course, she came and found me. But if I didn't have to give her money, I would have probably brought home over $4,000. That's how good I was winning and playing. So it was a great time. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and talk to you all about casinos and gambling in Vegas and, you know, relationships and how you share your money. You share your money. You don't be, you know, I won, sorry you didn't win. If you're a couple, share the winnings. I'm not saying if you win, you have to give 50% to your partner. No. Because if you have $1,000 and you give her $500, she goes on the table and she goes on the machine and she hits $2,000. By right, she owes you, but you might find out that she might give you $100 after you gave her $5 to win, and she just won another $1,000. So now she got more money than you. So no, you don't want to be that foolish. You don't want to be that foolish. But if you win $1,000, your partner deserves at least $200. If you win $2,000, your partner deserves at least $400 of that. Granted, I'm talking about if they are down in their losses. If they're holding their own, if they're doing their own thing and their money is good and they're working some shit out, you ain't got to split none of it. I'm just saying, when two of you all go to Vegas and one of you all is clearly getting smashed down to the last $200 or $300, and you just hit for 1,000 or 1,500, you got to be generous. You got to be thoughtful, kind, caring, and considerate. And say, hey, baby, here's 2 more hundred to add with the 2 you got. Now you got 400. Maybe you could make some shit happen. Sometime I teased my wife. I said, I'm going to give you 200. But if you win 1,000, make sure I get my 200 back. And we laugh about it. And she goes, okay, baby, I will. So we do that. But the point of it is, be thoughtful. Be thoughtful. The money is not yours until you get on the airplane. The money is not yours until you leave the casino. So have fun with the money. If you win it, share it with your loved one if they are in need, if they are in financial desperation. Some of you niggas won't. I know some of you niggas are just selfish, but we not selfish. Me and my wife, we are a good gambling team. All right? All right, y'all. We'll talk to you again. Khalil Amani, that's my spiel on my Vegas trip. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.